Hi everybody, it's 5:30. It's a little bit later than usual. It's getting dark very early, so there's no real rush to come over to the house when we finish work about 5. Normally what we used to do is we'd finish work at 5, we'd work outside until it got dark at about 7:30. We'd tidy up a few things, and at about 8:30, 8 or 8:30, Kira would make us some dinner. But it's getting so dark and the clocks went back, we're gonna just finish work, have a quick bite to eat, and then come out and work till later, till about 9 or 10. 5:30 now. Of course, the drawback is that I normally show you, we normally run out of batteries the night of the work, and I give you a little update the next day, but it's too dark now to show you. This is what I did yesterday. Myself and Claire were up on the roof cutting the corrugation. I might actually try to go up with a phone. We were cutting the corrugation until what seemed like very late. It was Baltic, there was hailstones coming down. It's the coldest we've ever been here, but we got it done. It looks like a pretty decent job. Let me kind of take you out a little bit. I know it's dark, just bear with me 2 minutes. Oh, nice blue sky there, huh? Right, let me put you on the tripod and see what I can do. Here comes the sun, little darling. There we go. If you're able to see that, you'd see a very nice triangle that's all flashed and fasciaed up. I think it's better light than time lapse, so I might try to show you that. So that went about as good as expected, i.e. shite, but I will try in the morning when it's bright to give you an overview. Anyway, main thing about this job is we're dry. Every morning we used to come in and everything's soaked here. So it's fantastic that it's dry. Claire did a sterling job getting the windows prepared. We have the Tyvek wrapped. We have some waterproofing tape all sorted for the windows. We're just going to put a little bit of a rise there. Put down a little bit of damp proof. We had a PVC option for a sill, which we didn't go with because it kind of looked naff, and we were going to get some metal, a metal sill, very very thin. It would have looked okay, I think, for our project, but when we were talking to Window Warehouse, we kind of agreed it didn't really go with our aesthetic, which is just the kind of rough larch on the outside. So we're going to fit it. We're going to use this as a sill. We're going to put it down. So the Tyvek goes down on the outside, and this kind of butyl waterproofing will just go over the lip. Now we're going to clad larch on the outside here, and this is going to go across the larch, and the larch sill is going to sit on top of it. So we got at least 3 layers of protection, hopefully, and we're going to actually snug this up on the inside as well, so we will form a little envelope underneath, and then on the outside we're going to tape it up with some air tightness, which is also going to help, not so much help with the air tightness because there's a big stone wall, but it's going to help a little bit for the water and condensation. But these look amazing. Granted, it's black, but when you can see a countryside view, it's spot on. Yeah, generally it's weird. We almost have what we would consider a waterproof house. What else can we show? In here, I mean, I knew it was going to fit, but it's pretty cool to see the rock wool. I wanted to fit it in and just see how big it expanded to, and that's a good 200 mil. So I'm very happy with that, actually. And I kind of knew it was going to fit, but it would be great if this can self-support itself. It'll really help with the plastering. So we've electrics and water to do before we finish off that, but our window guy is coming, I think maybe Thursday. We're getting a delivery of bathrooms stuff on Wednesday. So tonight, I think Claire's going to continue. I think she's maybe got that done. She's going to continue to prepare the window openings for the window man. 2 done there, done at the back. Just got to do the double doors. Then moving down, we don't really have a light down here, do we? Okay. Moving down, we have one door here in the bathroom, or one window in the bathroom. We have the door to prepare. We have the panoramic. We have 2 windows in the kitchen, the big tilt and slide, and I don't know if you can see that, the 2 big ones in there. So that's what Claire is going to do. Oh yeah, when Claire's finished that, she will start to chisel away the render here. We're going to leave the door frame until the very last minute to take it out, but we just want to prep it a little bit, take off a little bit of render all the way back to the frame. She's actually going to do the same on this window and the one in the parlor, so there's a little bit of tidy up that we're going to do here. Claire has been so excited for tidying up, and I've been kind of holding her back a bit, so she's really looking forward to that. For me, I'm going to start. I'm in 2 minds. I can show you upstairs actually. Well, one of the things is the stairs. We've been humming and hawing over what to do with it. It hadn't been used for about 15 years when we got the house, and it looked in fairly decent condition, but when we have been walking up and down and throwing cast iron bats down, we have kind of made it less than perfect. So we think we're going to redo the stairs. I think we're going to do OSB upstairs, so toying around with the idea of an OSB stairs. But what I'm really thinking about is, do I keep the balustrades and do I fill in this gap? This is actually a nice little gap here to hang coats for the kids, but it's quite a bit of a waste of space. So I could just either make a big stairs going all the way to the wall, or I could just box it in, turn it into a bit of a library, get rid of the balustrades. I'm not sure. Or maybe you could even just put the coats over those stairs, maybe. This is going to be the guest bedroom. We'll get rid of that, so it might be nice for them also to keep some shoes or some coats outside. Anyway, this is one of the projects that really, I kind of tend to work backwards, right? Again, we're struggling with lighting issues. Do I have something here? Yes. Is it plugged in? No. Who would unplug a light on me? I have to go back, find the light, plug it in, and so those. Give the extension a kick, and it kind of works. Okay. My line of thinking is I have to finish framing this wall, which you'll have seen from previous episodes. This wall needs to be framed to help support the roof, because there's a bit of bow in the wall. Also to provide a little bit of insulation, because this is only concrete blocks stacked on the side with a little bit of concrete shuttering, and we need to have a gap at the back. But I don't want to finish framing until we've replaced the windows. Okay, so that needs to be done. While we're at it, this wall is also made of concrete, and we had a chimney there, so we didn't frame it, and we knocked the chimney, but we couldn't, well, we could have framed it, but we both wanted to just strengthen it a little bit rather than repoint. We say we give it a very kind of a stucco plaster, cement plaster on the cement blocks. But I don't know, can we see it now? But it's actually quite dry, to be honest. However, it will get condensation once somebody's living in here. So we're going to do the same thing. In fact, we're just going to build another wall here, straight up, and we are going to insulate it. In order to build the wall straight up, we can attach to the ground, that's fine. But we can attach to the wall, that's fine. But we will have to make a sort of a frame going up so we can attach it to. If I could do that, then the upstairs framing would be done. The bathrooms are coming for the kids. So it's going to be ensuite cubicle there and an ensuite cubicle there. I would like to get that somewhat sorted, I think. But before I can do that, again, working back, I have to put the OSB floor down. This floor is actually in pretty good nick, and it would be nice to have floorboards, but it is quite low underneath. And we just want a layer of acoustic insulation. So we're going to put some foam underneath and the OSB on top. And we've been doing a few kind of mood boards, and we quite like the look of a very glossy OSB. Okay, so then working back from the OSB floor is going to tie in to the stairs here. So before we can do any of that stuff, we need to be sure what we want to do with the stairs. So, clear as mud. So there are my projects that I can do. I can start to take the stair apart. I really don't want to demolish. I could maybe look at fitting the OSB on top, which would save us a little bit. We'd lose some tread depth, or I can build upstairs. I'll talk to the boss now and see what we're thinking. Another thing here I think I showed you is I kind of hit my head. Whoa, fuck. Kind of hit my head here. So once I have it mapped out, I think we're going to move this beam back to about there. What's that, like 5-6 inches? Just to give us a little bit more space. We don't have acro props like the corner house project, although they're probably finished theirs by now. But I will make one, perhaps. A temporary thing. Anyway, talk to the boss. That's my update. I shall catch you later. It's about 45 minutes later, and I had my on-site planning session with Claire. Didn't we, love? I managed to get a ladder. I got some tools. I currently have broke my tool belt, so that's in for repairs in the caravan. I gotta sew it. So all my tools are everywhere. Don't know where anything is. I'm wondering to build this frame, is it worth bringing up the table saw or just bring a regular saw? I'm trying to measure things out. Noticing that we have a leaky pipe here. We have, I think I showed you this, but that's a kind of a normal sized pipe for an external pipe. And we have hydro air fittings. Then it goes to really weird sizes. So this is an adapter. That's an adapter. That's an adapter. They're like 15 and 22 mil. But then we go to metric here. So I don't know, is that like, what's the equivalent, 3/4 or 1 inch? And then we get this really weird sized imperial, is that the word? Imperial anyway. Old, basically, pipe. And none of the fittings work and they drip. And we haven't fixed it because we're getting bathroom soon. We're gonna plumb up down below and just get rid of all of this. So we just had a temporary bucket there. But of course now I gotta build a wall and it goes right in there. So I really don't know what to do about this. In any case, I need to figure that out. I need to give this place a brush. I need to cut out this piece of electric. Got to make sure it's disconnected. Maybe I need to reinforce that because it doesn't seem to be anything underneath it. And then I'll just tie it into this wall I have here. So not as straightforward as I thought. I'll go get a few more supplies. And here you see the glamorous side of renovation. Not only do you have to learn to build a house, you gotta learn how to sew to repair your cheap stuff that breaks after pizza. Hey folks, just finished work a little bit earlier tonight. It's about 4:30, maybe about 20 to 5. Got about an hour and a half worth of daylight left. I didn't record anything last night because I said I'd help Claire with the windows to get them prepped, get the openings prepped for the windows. Well, halfway through that, the heavens opened up and it was like started to get stormy. There was water going in everywhere, and basically we only got them half done. Turned out to be a bit of a disaster. We were just wrapping up at about 9 o'clock, and the wind whipped them open, two of them, and there was water getting in everywhere, right where we're storing our plasterboard, which was no bueno. Claire had done her shower, so she went over, and I stuck it out and I redid it. It was a good job. It was better than the first job, but it wasn't perfect. So we went inside. We had the first mince pies of the season, and I was brushing my teeth. I was going outside the caravan to brush my teeth, and I saw they'd all been ripped open, maybe about midnight, and I put away all my work clothes. I was after a shower, and hey Rooney, put away my work clothes, and so I basically went out. I got soaked again at midnight, had an awful sleep, but as it's bright now, I thought I would show you. I wonder, will this work? I'll show you. You might be able to see that a little bit better. This is the corners we did, and overall, to be fair, we're very happy with that. The place is fairly watertight. We had the storm, as I say, last night and for most of the morning. You can see this window blowed open. In hindsight, if we were going to do this, it was nice to put plastic and let light in, but we really should have used a thicker gauge plastic. This stuff is just too thin, and when the wind catches it like a sail, it just soaks the place. Yeah, a bit annoying, so I might just actually tie-back this and tie-back that. Back windows have held up. I'll take you down here in a minute to show you what went wrong last night. We got a few more orders. We got the vapor barriers for when we have the insulation in the walls. We're just gonna cover the vapor barriers. We have a very thin underlay for the upstairs. That's just to put a little bit of sound insulation, and also just to even out the kind of highs and lows in the floorboards. We got some really cool kind of minimalist sort of retro stools for a peninsula. We got some tanking kits for the showers, and what else did we get? This window blew out. There was a layer of Tyvek down here. I must put that back up. This window blew out. These windows were fine. Our double doors down there blew out. And this is the one that kept blowing out last night. This was just acting like a big sail. You can see the holes from where it's been torn out. This seems to have held up. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to do the same job over on this side. I need to just get it prepped for the windows. I need to open the Tyvek. I need to fold it back. I need to put the waterproof tape down. I can see Claire did not put the damp-proof course on this. She had to stop last night actually, because there was so much rain coming down. It wasn't really sticking very well, but it seems to be sticking okay now. I might just trim this up also with a Stanley knife. As soon as I get these windows done, due to all the storms, it's looking unlikely the window guy is going to come this week. So we just want to secure it a little bit, because we have a little bit more stormy weather over the next 3 days. So I'm going to do that while I still have light. I might throw you on time lapse and we take it from there. Oh, what else did I want to show you? Yes, this is a little bit more from Screwfix. We got some heated towel rails and a few boxes. I don't know, can you see it in here? Oh wow, really drenched. This is what I'm worried about, the water coming in, because this is all our plasterboard. Actually, this is our, yeah, this plasterboard. Doesn't want to get wet. In here, not sure you can see it. Maybe now that might be better. These are all bits and pieces for our ventilation system. Our house doesn't really need a ventilation system because it's a very old house. It's naturally drafty, but these windows are pretty big. and I'm relying on them being able to transmit a lot of solar gain into a thermal mass on the concrete floor, which would be brilliant during winter, but I expect it's going to get quite hot during the summer. So it's only an extra couple of €100. I'm going to put some ventilations at the top on both sides, drain it all the way back and spread the heat out a little bit more, and maybe put a cycle on it to pump back up slightly cooler air. I'm going to put the ducting in place. I'm only putting very cheap, small kind of shower extractor fan. I think it's about 500 meter cubed per hour is what it can displace. So we throw that in, we'll see how it gets next summer, and like most things in this project, we're just kind of gonna install it, see how we get on, and then we probably come and do a second pass next autumn on anything we need to improve. Specifically, we're talking heating and ventilation. Power is something we'll probably review with solar for sure, maybe even a turbine in a few years. Anyway, I'm missing the light. I'm gonna get cracking on these windows. Once they're done, I'll get back to you. And I also have ordered a whole bunch. It's not in here though, is it? Bum, bum, bum. I'll take you out there. I also have ordered a whole bunch of wood to finish off the internal frames on the bathroom, wardrobe, the 3 rooms upstairs. It's about 50 2x4s. We are getting a little bit of cement because we're all out. I'll have to try and cover that a little bit better. Cement, there's some white rhino line. We also have some cool, this is white cement, white Portland cement, which I think we're going to try to use with some white lime sand to make our concrete kitchen countertops. But anyway, more on that as we get to that phase. And as you can maybe hear, it just started pouring down. So, and there's the thunder. So I am shit out of luck and shit out of time. I'll put you back in time lapse. GoPro, stop recording. Okay, so I gotta get more Tyvek, gotta go down to my depot. The weather's a bit shitty, but look at this. I mean, could you put up with the weather in a more picturesque and beautiful environment? Wind, rain, thunder, a little bit of blue skies. Can you see that even? A little bit of blue skies, a little bit of pink skies. Little bit of everything really. So that's how quick it gets dark. Let's try this way. That's better. I don't know what time it is. If I even got an hour out of daylight, that'd be good. I don't know, could you see what I was trying to show you earlier? But we've been getting the Northern Lights, Aurora Borealis down here. You got to be on kind of, you got to have the, what you call it, the exposure set to slow shutter or a very low ISO, I think, or you need a good camera with a decent aperture. So I don't know if the GoPro picked it up, but I'll share a few photographs. Where's the light gone? I'll share a few photographs that some others have taken. Now, I wanted to get a few more windows done, but I'm out of staples. I know in previous videos I was telling you how wonderful these Parkside staplers are. It's not really standing the test of time. And when you try to change the staples, you end up losing a few. So I don't know, maybe I've used 10,000 of the staples so far. 5 little packs of them. I gotta order more. Which that means, long-winded way of saying, I can't get the plastic that's in our bedroom windows sorted. I'm gonna leave it. This is what I was worried about because we had our plasterboard behind. I think that's pretty good. I hope that's pretty good. I will actually go and have some food now. Kira made some food. Claire's gone up to Cork to the orthodontist with Ash. I don't think I'm even going to start trying to do the upstairs framing. That is exactly where I left you 2 days ago. I'm wet, I'm cold. I might just have a shower, quick sit in front of the fire, have some food. Hussein prawn noodles, I think she's made. So that sounds more appealing than being outside and getting wet. I shall catch you tomorrow, which is Thursday. No, it's not weekend yet. Okay, probably do some framing. Catch you later. Good morning from pretty chilly West Cork, actually. It's not a bad day. We get a little bit of sun poking through the clouds, but it's just cold. Winter has come. It's Saturday morning. As I was saying, thanks to the ever ongoing and never ending battery issues with the GoPro, it's Saturday morning. And Claire is in our lovely outdoor pump house kitchen making scrambled eggs and smoked salmon. How bad? But it's Saturday morning, and the last time I was talking to you was Tuesday night. Tuesday night, I was telling you that I was trying to tie back up the windows, I believe, because the storms, oh yeah, I was out here. The storms kept knocking them in. Well, I think that was about 8 o'clock. By the time we were wrapping up at 9, the wind had blown it in. So I went back out in a second set of work clothes, my third set of clothes for the day, got drenched, put it back up, and called it a night. Went back to the caravan. Is that the caravan? And had a kind of a chilled afternoon, or sorry, evening. Watched a little bit of YouTube and just gone out to brush my teeth, checked on the car, or checked on the house, and it'd be blown in again. So I put on a fourth set of clothes, went back out, tried to staple it all up, and yeah, the following morning it was blown in again. So the whole week has just been non-stop putting up Tyvek, having it blown in, putting up Tyvek, having it blown in, and we're just worried about what we had on the inside, to the point that on Thursday morning I just said, feck it, I'm just wrapping the whole of the building again, and that seems to have held up. It didn't seem to work when we just patched it on certain parts, like certain window or certain door. And on Thursday I got up and I did the same thing on this side. So completely giving another wrap of the building, because we're just getting hammered by the storms. And really, it wasn't that nice to do. It's quite demoralizing, so I didn't want to record it. So that's why we've had no updates. But the house is somewhat back to being watertight now. In the meantime, I'll show you a few of them. We got some deliveries. In particular, we got our sash windows. We went with, it's very hard to see now, but we went with a bog oak. I might be able to show you better outside. And they're sliding sash, 2 parts up and down, and the bottom folds in, I believe. Maybe the top folds in. But we're very happy with these. It's an upgrade on what's there at the moment, which is just a bog standard white PVC window, and they're just steel, I believe, upstairs. It's an upgrade on them. And we were kind of humming and hawing, would we get wood or would we get PVC? Now, our last house, we had wooden windows for 15 years. That's how long we were there, for about 15 or 16 years. And at 7 years, they started needing maintenance, and it was ongoing maintenance with painting or sanding or just making sure they're sealed. And my folks have quite an old house with the original windows are over 100 years, so the wood will last if you keep it in good condition, but you got to keep it in good condition. And one of the things we want with this house, in part, I'll go into the design of this house soon, but we really wanted a low maintenance, low fuss, like not even a super high end or super fancy. We just wanted a really good all around house that was going to be easy to maintain. This is part of the reason why we have the flat roofs, because we can just stand up on the roof and look after the gable ends if need be. So here's a couple more of the windows we're putting in. We're putting in this tiny window at the back in our wardrobe, our walk-in wardrobe. And these 3 case windows will open a little bit more traditionally out. And they'll go in the bathroom, the end of the kitchen, and our bathroom in here. Our panoramic windows have come. We might be able to see what the bog oak looks like. It's very close to black in color, but it's actually just a really, you might see it there. It's a really dark brown. And it's meant to last better than black. Black will fade a little bit to grey. This will go a bit lighter, but it'll just go to a bit of a lighter dark brown. So we're happy with that. We have the walls wrapped here, so this place is really good now. We put together some trestles, and this is old wood. We don't know what kind of wood this is. It's not hardwood, but it came with some old scaffolding we picked up, and we're just going to dry it. It had been outside for about 7 years, but there's no rot in it anywhere. So I think we might use this for a few projects. Not sure yet. Our bat came. I'll give you a look at that later, but it's a fancy bat. Well, it has to be a big bat for me, and myself and Claire do enjoy having the old soap, so we get a decent one. And yeah, so when he came, he delivered these windows on Thursday. Again, the storms are just really bad, so he couldn't fit them, but he said he delivered them at least. He's coming back on Monday morning to fit them, and if there's bad weather, we can't put in the really big ones, but we can put the small ones in the main farmhouse. But the biggest here is our 2 panoramics and our huge 3-meter tilt and slide door, which we're really excited to see in place. He did tell us that our place is a mess. We have to tidy it up for him because he'd be tripping over it. So that's pretty much the plan for the weekend. We did get some orders, actually, while we're at it. Have anything open there? We did get some of our ventilation stuff. Yeah, well, it's just ventilation, basically. We're humming and hawing about whether we'd put in mechanical ventilation. We don't really need it. So we're going to fit mechanical ventilation. We're going to run a pipe all the way down here. And we're going to do the same on the far side. We're going to put some sort of blower. We're just going to use a very low powered one, I think about, did I say this already? Maybe about 300 or 400 meter cubes. And we are just going to get it set up. And at some point in the future, we want to upgrade it. We can do that. But it'll just be a very low and a quiet kind of a air cycle through the house. So that's it. What Claire is going to do today is tidy this, because what I'm going to do today is to start to figure out how I want to frame this bathroom, wardrobe and corridor. This is pretty much the only framing. Or bedroom is actually open plan, so we're going to have the kitchen. It's very early in the morning. By very early I mean like 10. So we're going to have the bathroom, bath, shower all open plan with the bedroom up that end. We're going to have the walk-in wardrobe in the bathroom here and the little corridor joining. And then this is just going to be open plan. This is going to be a dining space here. This is going to be your kitchen. This is going to be a kind of a seating area, and we're going to have a peninsula right there. So actually, we've very little framing to do. We just have to do this in the framing. Once that's done, we move upstairs and we'll have to move the bathroom from up there, clear it out and place it in here. That's why this framing is a bit of a priority. With the bathroom gone from there, we should clear the whole room and then just frame it all up correctly and then start to figure out the sizing and the cement board. That's it, that we're putting down to prep for tiles. So we're going to do tiles upstairs. I think in the guest bathroom we might do a little bit of tiles. And I think that's probably going to be it. The rest we're going to try and see what we can do with the floor. That's the plan for today. In addition, we have that's a plasterboard stand. We got a lot of plasterboard supplies delivered. We were going to do Latin laid, traditional plaster, but it's just a timepiece. We don't have that. Some of the bathroom stuff has arrived, but he basically wants all of this cleared out as well so we can access the windows. That's what we'll be doing today. Tomorrow, actually, then, we're going to chisel out the reveals just so we can get the window out. We're going to chisel out, at the very least, we're going to take these 3 layers of cement render off. Maybe a bit of that. To get to the frame at this tiny door. And then it's stormy tomorrow night, so I'm not quite sure how we're going to seal these up. Anyway, I guess that's a problem for tomorrow. I'm going to go over, have some scrambled eggs, cup of tea. We come back and I'll get cracking. Actually, another thing I'm going to do first is just this wood down here. We had been keeping under the tree. Now that gets no sun, so I want to take that out of there before it rots. I'll move the 2x4s up with the rest. This is my bits for framing. I'll leave the larch down until we're very finished, and yeah, I'll maybe give it a blow. Get rid of the leaves, just tidy it up a little bit. And that's that. Anything to add, Claire?
No, breakfast.
Okay, breakfast.
So, I hope I won't always have to wear a hat in my bedroom, but we are putting up the insulation in the ceiling. It wasn't what we were planning to do, but we just have so many bags of it that I need to get out of the way because the window men are coming tomorrow.
So, that's not a bad angle. I am about to do, I'm just going to start a little bit of framing here for the small bathroom and the wardrobe. Not really much to say about that, except nothing to it, but to get to it. morning, guys, from another gorgeously sunny West Cork. How about that? In fact, I have to put a new screen protector on. This is damaging it. Okay, screen protector for the GoPro. Gotta find one of them. Okay, so we what happened outside? Nothing happened outside last night. Claire did a sterling job clearing up in here, so the window guys have a little bit more access. She chiseled out some of the reveal. We don't know, is that enough? Possibly the top we need to take out a little bit more, just so the new windows can fit in. This side's perfect. She says it wasn't too bad. We did get a comment that asked us to get another camera, so you could see what I was doing, what she was doing at the same time, because we try to work together, but invariably we always kind of split up and do our own projects. So we look into that. It's good feedback. Thank you for the comment. What did I do? I had a little bit of framing work done. I attached the bottom to the floor, which was, you might see from the time lapse, there was a lot of going backwards and forwards looking at my phone. That's because we didn't actually mark. We knew where the underfloor heating was meant to go down, but we didn't actually mark where it actually did go down. So I was fairly sure I wasn't gonna, like, I secured this with some concrete screws, but I was pretty sure I wasn't going through the underfloor, but I just wanted to make double, treble and quadruply sure. So anyway, I've done this. I've put a plate up on top, which means that every stud I cut now, I'm going to be cutting to a 34-degree angle and just attaching it. I need to figure out the size door. I have a rough idea, but I'll just double check it with Claire. And I think we're going to go a sliding door here, and we're just going to have an opening there for our wardrobe. Studs, opening, studs, stud wall, studs and studs around an opening there. Maybe we'll do a stud wall at the end. We do like, we'll probably, you see this is all clay. That's how they were built in the olden days. So we will rake that out a little bit and repoint that, and I think we will then build a stud wall from here straight up, just because you're actually not going to see this. This is going to be part of a wardrobe, so there's going to be like clothes maybe about that height on a hanger, and then this will all be shelves all the way up to the top. You won't actually see the bottom, it'll be behind clothes, but on this side, this is where our toilet's going to be, and there's going to be a few nooks there, and we're going to turn this into a shelf, so you will see the stone on this side. I managed to find a way to keep it with a design, and the wall then is going to be about that size, so it'll be quite a large shelf. It'll be quite nice, and it's very disconcerting. I don't know if you can hear it, but there's no insulation here. Our voice kind of projects. It sounds big, but you step in here and it's deafened. So it'll change once we put the plasterboard up, but at the moment this is all absorbing and it's not bouncing back. The voice, same with the walls, the Tyvek, it's not bouncing back. There's pretty much no hard surfaces in here except the wall. So it's very weird to be hearing it, but yeah, it feels brilliant to have that bit. And you can't hear the rain at all on the corrugation with this. This is 200 mils of insulation. 200 mils we're putting up in the roof. That's why we did the rafters in 8x2s. We're putting 150 on the walls. That's why we did 2x6s. And in these partitions, we're just going to put like 100 mil just for sound insulation, and that's it. Right now the weather's good. I think there's a storm coming tonight, Storm Betty, or is it Storm Debbie? It's some storm. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to get about, I don't know how much is left, maybe about 20 2x4s, and just bring them in out of the rain for when it comes, so I'll be able to work today and tomorrow on those. It's actually a little bit terrifying because we have all our new really expensive windows and even just single panes just kind of scattered around the place, up there and there, and I've never been so worried about breaking glass as I am now. So I take the kind of 2x4s in this way. I give them a turn here. I lay them down there and I chop them here. So things are a little bit cramped in here. That'll change as soon as we start throwing up all the plasterboard, but yeah, things are going great. Some motivation. Another job I'm going to do maybe after I get the 20 pieces of wood in is I'm going to start to break down, this is our scrap wood, and I'm going to start to make noggins basically. So all these offcuts of 8x2s turn into noggins, larger 8x2s. I think I have 1 or 2 lintels I want to make with them, and I don't have many 2x6s to use as noggins, so I'll have to be a bit creative. Maybe I'll use vertically placed 2x8s as noggins and stagger them. I'll definitely use the vertically placed 2x8s in places like where we want to hang, I don't know, TVs, or what else would you hang? I don't know, I'll figure it out. So move wood, noggin creation, and get rid of some of the scrap, and then we'll get back to the framing. That's what I'll do. I'll throw you on time lapse for some of it. Claire will probably take the camera and throw you on time lapse for some other bits. She's just tidying up outside, and she's going to continue. Actually, that'd be interesting to see. She's going to continue with another room to chisel away at the window reveals. We wanted to keep this plaster, just not to make too much of an effort. In the future, we might consider taking it back to stone. Just the timeline for the grant means we must do the outside work and focus on that and not really spend too much time on this. But she couldn't help herself. She started to chisel back and see stones, but I think just the amount of time it takes to chisel these back, there's no way we're going to do the other 4 windows and door. So leave the stones for the minute, and we're just going to chisel the reveal and probably just, I don't know, just tidy up this and just lime wash it. That seems to be the plan at the moment. Yeah, so I'll time lapse me bringing in some wood, why not? And then Claire will probably take over and show you the reveals. She might even talk you through it. I'll catch you later. Okay, so that's 11 2x4s. It actually went okay, so much so that, here, let me show you. I am thinking we are getting these windows hopefully installed tomorrow, and everything up here, all the rafters, all the boards, everything, all the wood we used for framing, it all came through that one window in the corner. So I'm thinking maybe we throw up maybe 20 boards in here, 20 2x4s through that window, because when we get the brand new sash windows there will be nothing going in through them, and it just, like, it won't be impossible, it'll just be awkward to get them up. So let me throw up 20, I guess. So here we go, putting them up in out of the way. Mind you, I wonder if this is actually in the way, Claire. What do you think?
Why? Not the windows.
No, not at the windows.
I'm concerned about the windows right now, so it's easy to move them across.
Actually, maybe it's not, because we can frame up the washroom there, can't we?
Yeah.
And then we can take down the bathroom. And then we can even frame up Ashton's washroom. and then we can. Yeah, it still won't
They're
work.
the first, the two funny ones. The one funny shape and the crack is underneath it.
Okay. That is brilliant work. Here, I'll do the rest, Claire. Do you want to get back down to your crack?
Okay.
As we've already said, I'm the only one that has to be on camera to be seen working. So you just toodaloo and I'll just do these and look like I lifted them all up. She'll take you with her.
We have all of our new windows came on Friday. Rob, did you already talk about the windows?
Yeah.
Oh, for God's sake.
Talk again.
Anyway, these are they. They are double glazed black sash. They're a metre wide, they're massive. The builders are coming tomorrow, and my job is to take out these 3 windows and the 2 downstairs. So I'll show you. I'm hoping that these will just fall out because they're ready to fall out already. And downstairs, I started last night. It's not too bad, but I just started to investigate how this window was fixed in. I've just taken out all around the edges. I just need to maybe clear a small bit more at the top, and then I'm hoping it will just fall out. I'll finish up with that, put you on time lapse, and we'll see how easy it is to get these out. As you can see, I started getting carried away with the side of the wall, looking at the stones, thinking, oh, that'd be nice if we took it back to the stone. But anyway, that isn't the priority. The priority is to get the window out. One window out. It's actually just there. This is where it came out of. We have 4 more to go and a door. So I'm going to just set you up. It was quite difficult to get out. They're like held in by these galvo band clips in the corners and at the bottom and the sides. Here. Where is it? Yeah, there. And here. This one. And the top. So anyway, we've done that one. So I'm going to move on to the next room and you can take a look there and we see how we get on. And the next room is here. So I'll just put you up here. And away we go. I had you on time lapse, but clearly not. This is the second window. Here, this lovely radiator in front of it, and here it is. Because Storm Debbie's coming tonight, we gotta shove it back in just to keep everything watertight till the morning. Lovely smell of mushrooms coming out of the wall. Little bit of digging back to do to fit the new one in. So, yeah, have you anything to say, honey?
No, just that was the original reveal for the smaller windows because you can see the clay and you can see things growing through the clay, but they extended and it's straight. but they extended it this way. They added an angle to the reveal, and it's kind of a bit curvy and full of concrete, so you can't see any clay here because they obviously dug it out and rebuilt it. Have a look at what's growing there.
Yeah, we got lots of mud, and then this wood.
It's ivy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Actually, it's wood.
Yeah. Or you take it out.
Alright.
Very rotten wood. Yeah, so interesting to see the clay on this side and then just the
These PVC windows
concrete
were
on the
put
other.
in new in 2012, weren't they?
yes.
Because they're the same size as the aluminium or the steel windows upstairs. We say they were both put in at the same time, like maybe 60s.
Oh yeah, maybe, yeah. It's probably did have. Yeah, so we'll pop you back.
It's lovely sun coming through.
Yeah, there is always sun coming through. Let's put it back on time lapse for now, and we'll just keep going because we've got 3 more upstairs to tackle.
So we just wanted to show you. Here, I'll show you. This is the, well, I would say this is what you would expect to be a lintel, but when the window guy Cyril came, he said a lot of these old windows had put the frame in the wall, and this tiny little bit on both sides served as the lintel. It's not good by today's standard and it rots a lot, so we're going to take the whole thing out. But oddly, you can see some wood in there which was supporting the wall, the top plate, and same wood here. So because there's 2 pieces of wood going like that, at least there might be more, I can almost certainly say there is no structural support on any of the wood there, and we're hoping that it's just so cramped it'll hold itself up. But if the wood in both places are rotten, it could fall down. So that's what we were told, that's what we expect. It'll be great if it doesn't, but don't get too dramatic if it does. Leave it at that.
this window is like covered in this red stuff that's absolutely kind of
in shadow, yeah.
Kind of like a clay almost. I don't know. I thought it was wood filler at the start, but you'd need buckets of wood filler to fill that. Maybe it is. I don't know. Strange. Only at the bottom of this one, where the wooden frame has gone.
And this is the worst, where the joists are kind of a little bit rotten.
Yeah.
This was the only room that had a radiator. So she maybe had it very warm. She spent a lot of time sleeping in it perhaps. And probably loads of condensation.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's
Yep.
hard to get out.
So we'll put you back on time lapse for now because we're on our last window. And then we've got watch out, the dog.
Did you just say we'll put you back on time lapse? Relax with the time lapse.
Woo! The dog just knocked over our temporary window frame. The dad, Rob, so well made.
To all the YouTube people out there.
The dog knocked it over. Rooney, did you knock it down? No, I didn't. Right, all right.
Lay off the smokes, Rooney.
Stop recording.
Right, another late one. Say hi, Claire, or say goodnight, Claire.
Yes,
What happened?
It's done.
What happened?
We had the 5 windows to do and the door, and it took a long time. But the door was
So
just
we
super
thought
because it's larger.
It would take you 2 or 3 hours to just knock them out there, yeah? After lunch,
we
2 or
did,
3
yeah.
hours, yeah? And I didn't get my framing done. I did get my noggins done. So the door is out.
Sorry, can I just...
No work away. The window is out. And they're just propped into place. We didn't damage a single window you'll have seen upstairs. But when I was propping them into place, I went to get a piece of wood here. And... oh, you can't see it. The window fell out and cracked in half. So I just have...
Yeah, but the glass didn't break.
No, the glass didn't break, so it'll go in our greenhouse. I just have a frame. I had this frame that Cyril suggested we use the dimensions, just make sure it all fits in. So I just tie back that. I put up some reinforcements because we're meant to be having our last storm, and it feels like this is just the house is on its last legs. Yeah. So it's about 9:30, another late one. We were meant to have dinner at about 4. It was on the slow cooker, so I'm just gonna wrap up and do it now. And maybe there's a can of cider over there. key hasn't taken it.
With my name on it.
With my name on it. Later. Good afternoon from a glorious day. Okay, from a glorious day in West Cork. I'm taking you out now. It's about 2 or 3, just to show you how wonderful the weather is. Bit of a heat haze there. I don't know, can you see the mountain? Absolutely glowing, looks fantastic. And we got lots of blue skies. So, didn't take an upload yesterday. Windows came and we just collapsed. It was a crazy night. There's been bad storms, caravan's been rocking, and we just got all the funny actually we got all the windows delivered yesterday, and we collapsed last night. But once we saw how wonderful the windows and doors were, the last thing we want is this little so and so, what a shot, scratching all our new windows. So what we did is we got some cowbells from Amazon right here. We did this in our last house as well. You can see this caravan's a bit wrecked from Rooney scratching and trying to get in. We ignore her, and when we take her in or out, we just rattle the cowbells, and it only takes her a day or two to realize that she doesn't get in and out if she scratches, and she'll come up, she'll ring the bell, and we let her in. Isn't that right? You're a very smart learner, aren't you? Yes. So we collapsed last night exhausted because we finally got our windows and doors in, and the house is popping. Couldn't be more happy. Here you can see our bedroom window, nice big panoramic. If you jump through it, you can see a sliding little porch doors there. We'll tidy all that up, but you can see some beautiful sash windows. And you can see a little Clare upstairs. And then down here we have the kitchen, which is our massive 2 panoramics. Hopefully now, well, right now we haven't showed you. Onto the cement, Clare. The cement. So we have a bit of a design in the house. Maybe at the moment we haven't explained the design to you, but by the time this video goes, hopefully you'll see it. But all of these large windows are pointing upwards to catch as much winter sun as possible, to provide a thermal mass storage to the concrete floor, to help save a little bit of energy costs on both sides. So we can see also our front door. This is already destroyed by Rooney, hence the need for the bells and the training. But this is a kind of a, it's not quite black, it's a very dark brown, and it's a bog oak finish. They are all PVC except for the huge window, which is aluminium. We had wooden windows in our last place. They took a lot of maintenance, so we're very happy with this. Let me just show you into the bedroom first. So here we are in the bedroom, and our bed is going to be here. That's the view we got up to every morning. Stunning view out into the garden. Big picture window, capturing as much heat as we can on our well insulated floor, maximizing the thermal mass. So we don't need heating. We don't need a lot of heating, hopefully. Then from the bed, we have a sliding door. Again, the same PVC bog oak, and this beautiful tiny little secret garden myself and Claire have right outside, with a lovely ancient dry stone wall, ferns and moss just falling everywhere. As I told you guys before, is one of the reasons I fell in love with the place. There's a little curved wall there at the end, so this will be a lovely little garden just for myself and Claire. We might be a little bit seen as a quiet country road up there. I don't think the neighbours can see us, especially not when we're lying down, but when they're coming in they might. And the old bath, if anyone wants one, send me a link. 20 quid at yours. Then we are going to have shower here, bath there, toilet there. Here is our bath. Guys, wait till you see this. Lovely freestanding black bath with enamel. Inside, we have a little window here. A few bar stools there for our island. We have a tiny little window here, which is going to be in our wardrobe, which I paused to work on the windows, hopefully getting back to this build soon. Then we have our toilet, guest bathroom, toilet, really cool sink. Wait till you see this, and cool tap. Who's crying at me? Toffee? What are you doing there? Claire, we're doing a tour. Shh, Toffee. We have the shower here, and guys, can you both please, Toffee, shut the front door. Speaking of front door, I asked what's the biggest door that you guys do, so they gave me this one. It's 2.2 meters high, and I actually wanted it 1.2 meters wide to here, but they wouldn't go that big, so we had to get a 1.06. It's a big door for a single door. I am quite delighted at it. It's the exact same door that's on the front, or that's on the back, or this is the front and this is the back. We're turning the house around, so a little bit confusing. We got a range of doors again. Anybody wants them, 20 quid, hit me up. But so what we're saying is, like, we don't know, that's the front door, but we're calling it the back door, and this is vice versa. So they're both the same door, so we're saying that's the small door and this is the big door. That's it. So originally we had nothing here. I didn't want anything on the north-ish facing wall because we're going to get a little bit of heat loss. But when we came down here, the first few months, I suppose, we saw the most amazing sunsets over this mountain range here, like proper spectacular. You could, the guys could never see it, our neighbors could never see it because this was all overgrown like a jungle. But once we chopped it down, we saw the sunsets. It's just spectacular, so we had to put a big window in here. Moving on then, this is our kitchen. We're going to have a range in front of this window, and we just wanted a small little nod out just so we could see a little bit, get a little bit of that evening light flowing through. We have a peninsula going in here, and that's just at the end of our walkway, at the end of our kitchen. And then look at this. This is spectacular. Two huge picture windows and a massive tilt and slide. This is a 3 meter tilt and slide, and it's so cool because when you open the handle, it lifts it up slightly, and it takes no effort at all to move such a big piece, and it's perfectly balanced. Cyril did say that to us, that this had to be perfectly balanced or it wouldn't work, because it's just too heavy. We get beautiful winter sunsets. So during winter, the sunset's here through the trees, so we just wanted to capture that. That's another project that'll all look nice. And during the summer, the sunset's back there, so we catch it by the dining room. That's going to be the dining room. These windows are actually quite high. If you look, they're kind of waist height. They were actually planned to be a little bit lower, but since we came down here, the stars have just been spectacular. Like, I mean, we've camped in the Middle East. I lived there for a few years. The stars were incredible, but there's nothing like the starscape in West Cork. So clear, so kind of like bright. You can see the Milky Way, you can see the Aurora Borealis. So I took the windows that were meant to be here and I actually pushed them right up so that most of this view now is the sky and the night sky. And you know what? It means during winter, pointing up that little bit, they are actually capturing more and more of that southerly light. So all the light will shine in here, and hopefully it'll go towards heating up the floor for us. So I gotta get back to work. I said I'd only come over and give you a little view because it's gonna be dark basically. We've no time left, and maybe Claire can give you a little chat. Oh, I wanted to show the sliding sashes. Will you demonstrate how they open?
Oh, well, you open them up and then you can go up and down or down the top, up, and then you can go
No, leave it open.
open,
Lift it up a little bit. Yeah,
up.
and now do it.
What happens now?
Push the two round things in towards the center. Yeah, those. Push them in towards the center.
Oh yeah.
There you go. And now you can slide the top
And
down.
You can clean them a bit easier.
And you can do the same thing with
Do
that.
the same with this one.
How about that for some fancy windows? I mean, we always wanted to get this ash windows to do the farmhouse a bit of justice. And we said we just get second-hand windows for the rest of the house. But, yeah, we're pretty happy with that now.
Yeah, they're very nice.
Do you have anything else to add, Claire?
No, I don't think so. You said it all.
I have.
Yeah, that's okay.
These cats, like, can you not just do your somewhere else?
Can't get on with anybody else.
How old is Toffee?
Toffee is 4,
4?
maybe.
Oh yeah, I guess. I thought she was like 12. She's 4 years of age. She acts like a grumpy old cat. And
Like
this
a
one
grumpy
is
woman.
this one's about
And she's
4
around
months.
4 months.
And she just wants to play. She thinks Rooney's her mum. She doesn't know what these cat things are. And Toffee just kind of
Roams away to herself.
She doesn't like other cats.
Tough? What? You don't like Lusty? Lusty's a good girl.
And bait a bit of winter weather.